everybody. Patrick France from VectorVest here. Today, we're doing something a little bit different here on Twitch. We're going to be focusing specifically on the mobile application here. For anybody who's not familiar with me, or maybe you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is Patrick France. I'm a senior instructor here at VectorVest, but my primary focus is managing and working on our mobile application and making it the most encompassing app you could ever get on a smartphone, whether it be iPhone or Android or a tablet, if you will. So today, we're going to be changing the topic a little bit. Usually, most people are probably familiar with Glenn Tompkins, another senior instructor here with me. Glenn specifically focuses on more of the desktop application. And usually that's what is shown on here. But today we're going to change it up a little bit, teach you guys a little bit about the mobile app, walk you through some of the features that it has, show you how powerful it can be, right at your fingertips here. So just to give a little background on myself, I've been here at VectorVest for about 9 years now. Started off answering phone calls, working on the technical side of things, working with customers with computer issues, getting the program up and running. And then then I've moved on since then, moved into more of the instructor aspect of things. So I go out on the road from time to time, go out and do live seminars. I host a lot of our live webcasts that we do here. And I also do a training every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern on Facebook. So if you've never tuned in for that, make sure to check that out. Just go over to our Facebook page, follow the page, and you'll get notifications every time we're getting ready to go live. Also, hey there, Steve. Welcome. Bad day in the stock market. I've had stocks hit their stop limits, or 3 stocks hit their stop limits. It's rough to hear that. It's definitely been a wild ride today. The market's been up, it's been down, but right before we were getting ready to go live, I was actually looking at it and saw that the market was really taking off. Couldn't find any news, so if anybody has any news of what was going on around 15 minutes ago that made the market start, rip roaring there, let me know. Just to show you guys real quick, I can pull this up. So let me pull that over. Go. So this is the VectorVest 7 desktop platform. As you can see right now, ever since about 145, all of a sudden out of nowhere, the market started exploding, just hitting a new high, pulling off of it a little bit right now. So yeah, if anybody has any news of what's driving this, let me know. Chime into the chat there. Or if you guys have any guesses of what this is, make sure to let me know, because I am interested myself, have no idea what's causing this, couldn't find anything, really news driven on this. So not really sure what's going on, but definitely interesting and definitely made for the market to be a little bit crazier than normal here. Providence saying U.S. is sending trade delegation to China. Interesting. Okay. Did that come out as a tweet? Because if it did, I don't follow Twitter that often, so that's probably why I missed that. All right, so once again, for anybody just tuning in, I see we got a lot more people showing up now. My name is Patrick France, senior instructor here. My main focus in VectorVest is our mobile app, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, showing you the power of the mobile application, showing you how to really utilize the mobile app to benefit yourself if you're on the go, to really make money, manage your portfolio in a matter of seconds. So, glad everybody could be here. Hopefully everybody's excited. I know I am. Looking forward to this. So let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, I was just charging. My phone charger was dying there on me. Good afternoon, Dave. Welcome. All right. So starting off on the mobile app, as we can see, the very first page you always see is the market timing. Here's where you can get every single day on the go, wherever you're at, telling you whether or not it's a good time to buy or not a good time to buy. This is something VectorVest does time and time again. That's very unique. Is that we will admit some days are not good days for buying. We'll tell you when those good days are and when those good days are not around. So At the very top center, every single day, we tell you. Right now, we can see it says, today the market is neutral and VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time. So regardless of how good the stock is, regardless of what the market is doing, we know we should probably be holding off, waiting for a better time if we need to get into anything. Most likely this rally that we've had is, been ongoing for the last month and a half or so. So you may not even need to replace any stocks right now. You may just be currently holding on to your stocks. But if you do need to replace, make sure to check the stock advisory right there at the very top center, because that will definitely help you out. And then below that, we have the daily updates, market guidance, the daily color guard reports. Each and every night, we give you a quick synopsis of what's going on in the market, how to prepare for the next trading day, what information you need to be aware of that could have an effect on the market, all that good information quickly summarized for you to make your your preparation for the next day quicker than ever. And then as we can see right now, we get the advanced declines. Sitting at 52% of stocks moving higher, 36% of stocks moving lower. Dow up 0.5% roughly. NASDAQ up third. S&P up about a half. VectorVest Composite up about a quarter. So that's really the quick overview of what's going on in the market right now. Now, our main topic that we're going to be talking about today is looking at how powerful the watch list can be and why, whether you're brand new to the stock advisory or brand new to VectorVest, you should always start off by building a watch list. So to do that, we'll go to the menu in the upper left, choose the My Watch List settings. Go ahead, one moment here. See if I have a bigger screen. All right, perfect. So what we'll do is we'll create a new one. Call this Twitch Live. And then, as you can see, it walks you through building your own watch list. So we'll use the plus symbol in the upper right. This is where you can start to enter in some stocks. So if you guys have stocks you want to take a look at, or you guys get to build my portfolio today. So what stocks should we be buying, or what stocks should be in our portfolio right now? Let me know in the chat there. Let me get some ideas from you guys. Yeah, Steve, we talked about the hot stocks last week in our Facebook training. So that was that's where that list came from, is from last week. It's not last night's, but last week's hot stocks there. All right, we got CEI. Go ahead, MLHR. C. Go. ENPH. In a lot of familiar stocks we were looking at earlier today in the Jockey Club. TQQQ. See what else we got. V for Visa. Looked at that one earlier as well in Jockey Club. So I see a lot of Jockey Club stocks coming in here. What other stocks do you guys want to see? So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get 4 more. What's 4 more you guys want to put in our portfolio? Could be bad, could be good. Doesn't matter what stocks they are. Just need 4 more and we'll put those in here and that'll be our portfolio. We'll assume we're holding 10 stocks. Ron, welcome. So Nugget, NUGT. I see that stock there, Road, or Providence. Luckily, Glenn's not here. So Teva. Got EEFT. Beyond. YND. I think that should be it. Let me double check though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10 stocks here. Yeah, we're gonna eventually have to let that go though. We can't hold it against him forever. He's tried. All right, so this is gonna be our portfolio here today. These are going to be our stocks. The first thing you notice, and something unique with VectorVest that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else, or you hear the term watch list thrown around a lot. VectorVest is the only place out there that when you build a watch list, it'll automatically rank your stocks to bring the best to the top and the worst to the bottom. So as you can see, at the very top, we have a lot of buy rated stocks, but as we move lower, we get to the sell rated stocks. Now, one of the things that's nice with this, or nice about building a watch list, is that it'll automatically identify your best performers, automatically identify your worst performers, and you can quickly reorganize this to show, if you have some bad performers, which ones are hurting your portfolio the most. So if you use the rank by feature at the top of the screen, and then we choose RT, it'll automatically bring up the stocks with the lowest RT. So for people not familiar with VectorVest, not getting any sound. Anybody else having issues hearing me? Let me make sure I got everything working. Yeah, should be all set. And actually, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and toss on monitor 3 so you guys can see what's going on in the market right now as well. We've been talking about that, so we'll keep that going so you guys can see that while we're doing this today. All right, so with that, getting into it, RT is the short-term pricing of a stock. So if you have the stocks with the lowest RT, since they're on scales of 0 to 2 to keep things simple, above 1 is favorable, below 1 is unfavorable. The closer to 0 they are, the stronger the downtrend. The closer to 2 they are, the stronger the uptrend. So when we see we got CEI coming in here with an RT of 0.04. If we're actually still holding this stock right now, that tells us this stock is hurting our portfolio the most. We look at it today, we see even with the market doing what it's doing right now, it's down 8%. We dig in a little bit deeper to it, we can see a quick synopsis. So this stock, has some decent long-term potential, but a lot of risk involved. And that's what that safety factor is showing us. That 0.42 on a scale of 0 to 2 is pretty poor. So we can tell that, this stock has a lot of risk. And just by looking at the quick 1-year graph, we can instantly see why we're saying there's a lot of risk involved with this stock. But then the main factor to keep in mind is timing. If the stock is moving lower, that means it's not making you money. And I think we can all agree it doesn't make sense to hold on to something that's not making us money. Also, welcome, Tommy. Glad you could join us here today. So this is where, especially if you're new to VectorVest, this is the first place to get started at. And this is one of the key benefits to the watch list, of building a watch list, is because it will show you, where you really need to put your main focus in your portfolio to know, where you should start looking at to free up cash to be able to reinvest into stocks that will make you money going forward. You have to be able to heal that portfolio or get that portfolio on the right track to be successful. And this is one of the very first steps that anybody new to VectorVest, or even if you've been here for a while and kind of gotten away from it, you should always do when utilizing a watch list. So if we take a look at the graph, we can see on a 3-month, I'm just going to actually put it on landscape real quick. So we can see on a 3-month basis, this stock steadily moving lower. Granted, it's had some days where you've had some big pops, but those are what we like to call dead cat bounces. Essentially what you're looking at is that you see a big push higher, but was never able to get follow through the next day. And so that's 3 months. We look at 6 months, same pattern, steadily moving lower. This is a good day trader stock. I know a lot of you guys are from the Jockey Club. We did make some decent gains off of that trade in the Jockey Club a couple of weeks ago. But these are not stocks that you would want to hold on to in your portfolio. So if this was one of the stocks you were holding on to in your portfolio, when you see this 6 months steadily moving lower, 1 year just dropping off like a rock here. These are the kind of things, or these are the kind of stocks you want to start off with when, trimming the fat, getting rid of some of your worst performers there. So CEI, most likely you'd be selling it, taking your profit off the table, getting rid of it, freeing up that cash. So When we do have that better buying opportunity, we can go ahead and jump into it. Now, one of the nice things as well is if you're in the graphs, you can just simply swipe over to the right or to the left, and that will take you from one graph to the next. You can quickly go through some of your worst performers. Here's Teva. Now you can see it's ready to sell. We just rotate it sideways here. Wrong one. There we go. We can see another stock just steadily falling. Don't know why it's doing that. But another stock just steadily falling. 1 year, top left to bottom right. You can see it's just bounced around from a sell to a hold at the top of the screen there. So another stock that would be definitely one you'd want to reconsider. You know, when you see a stock that's a sell rating, just to get into it a little bit more here, when you see a stock that's a sell rating, what that's telling you is that, you know, you either need to reevaluate the trade. You need to go and ask yourself, are the reasons you purchased this stock still true today? If the answer is yes, then yeah, you may still continue to hold on to it. If the answers are no, then obviously you know that you need to make a change to that trade. So Teva, probably going to be one that you'll be selling, cut that fat out of your portfolio, free up that cash rather than just letting it continue to dwindle away. So that way you can put that money to work to continue to grow it here. Canopy Grow. Now this has been a pretty volatile one. As you can see, there's been some big swings higher and lower that you could definitely make money on. But definitely not a stock, if you're going to be holding on to it, that you're wanting to keep around. You know, ever since, let's see, ever since about April, it's gone from about 50, maybe 52, all the way down to its low right now of 35. Now, you don't want to be sitting around letting that, you know, the whole pray and hope methodology be keeping you into this. You know, if you are still holding on to this, it's still moving lower, might as well cut the fat. You can always get back into the trade later, but at least for right now, you're minimizing the loss. You're cutting that out of your portfolio. So while it's, you know, moving sideways or pulling back some more, you can put that money elsewhere to grow that cash rather than, you know, worried about or praying that it's going to come back, you know, at some point in the near future. So getting back into the watch list. So as we've identified, CEI, Teva, Canopy, all three stocks definitely have what it takes to get rid of in the portfolio. We're not seeing anything promising out of those. So let's go assume that we went ahead, you know, closed out of the portfolio, deleted them from our list, freed up some cash so that way we can reinvest into stocks that we want to get into, stocks that are going to make us money. Now, the great thing about the watch list is, you know, this is a watch list to manage your own portfolio, but VectorVest also has a lot of other watch lists or premium watch lists here to help you get ideas on what stocks to replace them with. Now, everybody's different. So, you know, different strokes for different folks. You got a lot of different opportunities there, depending on what your investment style is, whether you're more aggressive, whether you're more conservative, whatever it may be. But whatever that investment style is, we got you covered here at VectorVest. I see the Moolah bot doing some work there for us. So let's go ahead and take a look at those now. We've just freed up some cash. We got about 3 stocks that we could get into that we could replace from. And going back to the main homepage here, or the overview page, if you will, you know, right now, VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks. So therefore, regardless, you know, we're just letting that extra cash that we just freed up sit on the sidelines, wait for that prime day to get in. But let's just assume, you know, just for today's purposes, that we got that green light. The market was saying everything's a go. It's time to go ahead and buy. And then we get into what we want to buy. So a great place to start, especially if you're new to the mobile app, or if, you know, you're a desktop subscriber and maybe just seeing the mobile app for the first time. Check out the premium watch list. It's a great place to go. It has a lot of great ideas for any style of investor here. So for short-term momentum stocks, you know, if you're a swing trader, look no further than Midas Touch stocks. These are going to be great stocks to get into that can really help your portfolio. As you can see right now, a lot of gold and silver, which gold and silver has been a hot ticket item as of late. Probably that news about U.S. sending, you know, the delegation to China probably going to be dampening some of the gold's potential right now. A little less risk, so people may be backing off on their gold positions. But overall, these stocks have great upside potential, great momentum. Just zooming into a 3-month, looking at Kirkland Lake, for example, the very top stock. Put it over there for you. Oh, wrong one. There we go. All right, so looking at Kirkland Lake right now, we can see it's gone over the last 3 months from 33 all the way up to high of just shy of 48. So, we're not necessarily trying to nail the top and bottom, the exact top and bottom, but you have a lot of room in between that price range that anybody could jump on board and take advantage of these. Now, as you can see right now, I have a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. That's great for a short-term trader. Shows, short-term momentum and does an excellent job on keeping you on the right side of that. So the way we would read this is if the 3 exponential moving average is greater than the 8, that shows short-term momentum in favor of the upside. If the 3 is below the 8, that shows short-term momentum in favor of the downside. Therefore, that could be a good way of knowing when to sell. So, as we can see here, we got the 3 crossing above the 8 all the way back here. Let's see, about the beginning of June. The closing of the day was 34.50. You saw the 3 potentially breaking down, never got followed through the next day, was back up above the 8 the next day on the middle of July, and now all of a sudden we're holding it at 45. So with that, that's about a $10 move in a matter of a month and a half. Not a bad trade whatsoever. I know a lot of people that would not be disappointed making a $10 move on a $30 stock. About little shy of 30% in a month and a half on one trade. Yeah. Great momentum, great looking opportunity. Really like what we're seeing here. So, Kirkland, down a little bit today, but as you can see, definitely had that potential that we're looking for a short-term trade. We move on to the next one. We go to KNTNF or K92 Mining. So this one's going to be a little bit more aggressive, a lower dollar stock. But if you're willing to accept that higher risk, you like trading the lower dollar stocks, this could definitely be a great opportunity for you. We take a look at the graph, we can see really, really good momentum. Gone from about $1 or so, $1 to $1.20 back around the middle of April to a high of just over $2 as of today and yesterday. So on a low dollar stock like that with strong momentum, you can make huge profits very, very quickly. That's almost a 50% increase right there, or excuse me, 100% increase in the last 3 months. Now, like I said earlier, you don't need to hit the exact tops and bottoms. You can see the stock moves pretty quickly in both directions, up and down. Has a lot of volatility throughout the day. And at that point, even if you got half of that, that's still 50%. You don't have to be greedy. As the old saying goes, bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. So, we don't have to necessarily, that's the great thing about these stocks. We don't have to be the first one in, first one out. We can capture, somewhere around the middle of that trade and still make great potential gains here. Kirby is saying, is there a workaround to buying KNTNF Canadian stock when your brokerage ally won't take the order? Unfortunately, that's up to them and what they have available. But the thing is, KNTNF should be a stock, or should be on the US exchanges. If it's a Canadian stock, there should be a different symbol that's actually traded on a Canadian exchange. Billy Bob saying, should have bought Kirkland. Yeah, and that's why, it pays to have the stock advisory app ready to go for you, because it'll give you a lot of great trade and ideas, a lot of great opportunities here. PAGS, another one. good long-term potential, a little bit more risk involved, but look at that momentum. RT at 1.87, really, really strong uptrend. And that, I mean, that's what you want. If you're looking for high momentum, that's exactly what you're looking for here. I couldn't get an interactive either. Trades. So KNT is on the Toronto Stock Exchange, Dave is saying. But the KNT and F should be traded on the US exchanges. So it shouldn't matter if it's initially a Canadian stock. Just matters that it's traded on the US exchanges. So yeah, if you have issues with that, make sure to contact your brokerage because they're going to be the ones that have the most clarity on what's going on that you're not able to trade those for some reason. All right, but then we keep on going down. Let's say we're not that aggressive. We want to decrease some of our risk. We continue to scroll through. Right now, we're looking for some stocks that have not only a great relative value, but also an RS above 1. Because so far, we've been looking at a lot more aggressive stocks rather than, more prudent stocks. So we keep on scrolling. EHTH, 1.42 on the RV, 1.23 on the RS. Let's take a look at the graph. Over the last 3 months, this stock has been on a great run. Looks like it's come back a lot here today. You see it hit, a low of just shy of 80, now back up to the high 80s, 86.58. So, big run there, 6 months. Nice run there, gone from about 50 all the way up to a high of about 95. Once again, you don't have to nail the exact top and bottom to make money with these trades. Even if you're somewhere in the middle of that range, you can still make money in these trades. That's a great thing about this is, Midas Touch is a way that VectorVest filters out stocks to give you strong momentum stocks that won't just die overnight. So that way you have plenty of time as an individual investor to take advantage of some of these trends here. So Midas Touch, if you're a momentum trader, great list to go from. Now, if you're somebody that, is more aggressive, if anybody's in the jockey club, you may be familiar with this. This is one of my personal favorites. If you're a day trader, somebody who likes to trade intraday, Daily Boomers percent price change is one of the watch lists that I've actually worked hard on getting this put into the app. And that's what we're going to take a look at next. Dave did have a question though. How did you load Midas Touch on the app? So, Dave, that's the nice thing about the featured watch list here is that you don't have to do all the Midas Touch layout on your own. We automatically filter those out and put them into the watch list for you, and then we'll bring you the best ones to the top, sorting it by the VST there. But yeah, that's already pre-built in there. You don't have to load the Midas Touch layout or anything. The stocks that are meeting the Midas Touch criteria are put in here every single day and updated for you on a daily basis. But so the next one we want to take a look at is the Daily Boomers percent price change. This is going to be a big favorite of some of the people in the Jockey Club, like I stated earlier. But what this is looking for is stocks that are exploding, typically about 10% or greater. So if you're looking at this early in the morning, because this will be changing all throughout the day, as soon as there's new stocks meeting that criteria, they'll show up in the app and in this watch list. So this is one of the only watch lists that we have that you will see being populated throughout the day. Everything else, has a pretty standardized set of stocks that will update, on an end of day basis. But this is one of the only watch lists that really updates throughout the day. So this one is great if you're on the go or if you're, just looking for some new trading ideas to trade. At any point throughout the day, you can come back, take a look at it, and see if there's any new ideas or new stocks that show up here. Now, if we take a look, we get CHMA. Now, once again, this is going to be focused on an intraday basis. So if we go to a one-day graph here, I'm going to rotate to the side here. There we go. We can see this one. Let me just switch that over. You can see this trade opened up right around, what was that, 740. Ran up all the way to a high of 925. So if you have, or if you're, looking at this, if you're looking for a quick day trade right out of the gate to gain, a quick double-digit gain in a matter of minutes, you had that opportunity right there. $7 and you had a $2 potential target. Let's say that's almost what, 20%, maybe more, that you can get in a matter of, when was that, 9:45? So in the first 15 minutes, you already had a 20% gainer right there. Don't get greedy, as always. But even if you made double digits, 10% in a matter of 15 minutes, that's still an excellent trade throughout the day. Dave, if you don't see daily boomers, make sure first and foremost, going back to it real quick, that you're in the premium watch list section and not just the watch list or the categorized watch list if you're, because you're on a desktop or a desktop user as well. So make sure you're on the premium watch list. Perfect. There we go. So yeah, getting back into it though. Daily boomers, CHMA, we saw 10% trade right out of the gate. SLRX up 21% so far. Looking at it here, you've gone from about $12 all the way up to $14 today, and it's still continuing to move higher. ACHN, this is one we looked at in the Jockey Club. This would have been a great trade right out of the gate. Had a huge run earlier this morning. These are those explosive stocks that you can find to make a quick buck, especially in that first 30 minutes, the more volatile time frame in the morning. And to capture some of that volatility, this is a great list to come to. And so, if you're on the go, you can still find these. If you're a desktop subscriber, we have a search built into the desktop program for you based off of this as well. But if you're not around a computer, you still want to, trade these stocks intraday, you want to day trade them, or you're looking for day trading opportunities, look no further than the daily boomers here. So RLGY gapped up, never really got any follow through, probably going to be staying away from this one. Yeti, amazing run right out of the gate, still continuing to run up almost 12.5% today. New base, maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't, depending on volume. AN had a great opportunity all the way from 44 to a high of 47 before you started seeing some weakness showing. JFIN, maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't, depending on the volume there. INAP, another possible opportunity. Polaris, big name, possible opportunity. So, in this list, as I stated earlier, we'll update all throughout the day. So any new stocks meeting that criteria will come into the app every single time for you. So you could go back, come back in, and find new candidates that are just meeting that criteria. And if you notice, it's sorted by percent gain loss, so that way you can find the biggest movers right out of the gate as well. So it's a nice feature. It's a great great place to go for the more aggressive people and that are trading, whether you're a day trader or just maybe looking for the onset of a stock just starting to pop. You can find both of those kind of candidates here with this. But yeah, one of my personal favorites. I like this one. So yeah, this is one of my personal favorites here. I like the opportunities with this. I like the aggressiveness with it. But if you're a day trader, we've got you covered here with the daily boomers. Now, let's say you're somebody that's more conservative. You're not a day trader, you're not a swing trader, you're just looking to, grow a retirement account or looking for long-term holdings. You have right here, safest stocks with buy ratings. Great long-term search here. Also, hey there, Drippy, welcome. Welcome to the stream here today. All right, there we go. So looking at some of these, you're already going to notice one thing, that they're starting, or just to get started, it's sorted by RS, which relative safety is a really one of the most, or one of the more powerful indicators we have here to offer at VectorVest, for especially if you're a long-term investor. What this is looking at is for the consistency and the predictability of a company's financial performance to be, good or bad. It's basically telling you, do they consistently grow their earnings quarter over quarter, year over year? Is the company making money every year, or is it losing money every year? And not only are they doing that, but are they doing it on a consistent basis? Stocks that have been around for the last 20 plus years that have consistently grown their earnings are going to have a higher RS score than stock that's been around for 2 years but grown their earnings consistently. And that's where really the power with the safest stocks buy ratings is. You're looking for that comfort factor. The ability to sleep good at night and not worry that your stocks are going to drastically drop the next day or two. Drippy had a question coming in. Let's see. I have a question. How do people hold shares for like 20 minutes and make thousands of dollars? Drippy, so that's really what day trading is for. Using that daily boomers that we just looked at right before this, we can definitely go back and take a look at it again. It's more about buying as many shares as you can to get the dollar move, or the few cent move, because the more shares you can hold, the bigger the total return would be on that one. Rather than having a position size on your account, or position sizing every single thing evenly. So we can get into that here in a few minutes. Let me remind me of that in about, or once we get done with this, and we'll go take a look at that. Also, if anybody here has any any tips on that, or any insight to that, what we've done in the Jockey Club before, or if our super producers in the background maybe has a link to that video that we did a couple of weeks ago with myself and our Jockey Club, which is more of our day trading, swing trading, more aggressive trading, live trading sessions that we do every morning. If you have a link for that, if you want to put that in here, that'd be awesome. And that would also show you Drippy. That would be a good example of it. Maybe we could watch that even if we wanted to. All right, so getting into it though. This is going to be more of that conservative style of investing. Looking for stocks that will consistently go up over time because they have the strong fundamentals, the strong earnings. And, earnings are going to be the main engine that drives any stock price higher over time. Doesn't matter what anybody else tells you, earnings are always going to be the key thing, or key to making money over long periods of time. So if we go take a look at HEI, as we can see, RV is good, above 1, so shows us we have some good long-term potential. But the RS 1.49 shows us it has really great fundamentals, has a lot less risk associated with the stock. And on top of that, the RT is at 1.5, showing a nice, steady, strong uptrend. So you can't get any better than that, really. If we take a look at the graph, that's a 1 day. Let's go 3 months. 3 months, as you can see, nice steady rise. 6 months, nice steady rise. 1 year, nice steady rise. 5 years, nice steady rise. If you're looking for stocks that you can buy and hold on to for a while, how would you like to have that in your portfolio? HEI, just steadily rising every single year. Granted, you had 1 year, or you had 1 point where it did have a pullback, but rallied back quickly and off to new highs once again. If we go to the graph settings, let's go down here. We go to lower graph, put on earnings per share, since we're going to be looking for long-term holdings. Look at that earnings, a nice steady rise from bottom left to upper right. If you're looking for companies that will make you money, look for this type of a pattern when looking at earnings per share. Because when you see that shows that the company's making money every single year, quarter over quarter, but they're also going to be expected to continue to make that money going forward a year from now as well. Just bought 31.62. AT Drippy, I'm not sure. Just bought AT&T. Is that what you're saying at 31.62? How long should I hold it? I mean, what kind of profit do you want to get off of it? I have a rule of thumb that I like to follow. If I make double digits in less than 10 minutes, I take that double digit gain. I'm out. It really comes down to what your goal is, or how how aggressive you want to be with it, how greedy you want to get with it. Once again, as I said earlier, remember the old saying that bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. Don't try to nail the exact top and bottom with it. Just simply, set a realistic goal that you can make in a very short period of time. When you get that, close the trade, take your profit, and then you can always get back into it, or you can get into a new stock if there's something else that's even hotter at that time. But don't hesitate to lock in a profit. You're locking in gains consistently, you'll never go broke in the market. Simple as that. Looking at raw stores, once again, great long-term potential, well above average safety. Timing is in a nice steady uptrend, not a strong uptrend, but definitely moving in the right direction. Overall, stock's favorable. Take a look at the graph. 5 years looks phenomenal. 1 year had some rough patches this year, but overall still just hitting a new high, still trending higher overall. 6 months, definitely some opportunity there. 3 months, still some opportunity. So every which way we break this down, looking good. HEIA, just simply A shares of the HEI, so we'll move on from that one. Dollar General, great long-term potential, well above average safety, so less risk associated with the stock. Been a steady, slow uptrend overall, so overall stock is favorable. We look at the graph, 3 months, looks great. 6 months, steadily moving higher. It has had a pullback, but this could create a good buying opportunity here. 1 year, steadily moving higher. 5 years, steadily moving higher. You can't go broke with these kind of stocks in your portfolio, folks. So that's really going to cover the main types of stocks you'd be looking for. If you're liking what you're seeing, if you've never utilized the stock advisor app and you want to learn more about it, give us a call, let us know, or just simply go to the go to your app store, download it. If you're not a subscriber of VectorVest, you can take out a 2-week free trial completely risk-free, where you can utilize everything you've seen here in the app to see if it would work for you. We have great support as well that will give you, or that you can take advantage of. We offer free training to help you get started with this, to make sure that you get started on the right track. And also because we're on Twitch, I forget about this. We have an exclusive Twitch deal for 30 days for 99 cents of VectorVest. That's the desktop platform, and that comes with the mobile app included. But also down below us, I forgot. I don't do Twitch a whole lot, so I'm still getting kind of familiar with this. We can see, you can download the app right below here, next, or on both sides of the countdown. Click on the panel. Yeah, you can see, you can download the app directly from here. So just simply scroll down below the video. You have the app download for Apple on the left, Android on the right. And also, we have a little poll there as well. If you want to answer those questions, feel free to. So now that we've seen, how to utilize the stock advisory app, how to utilize some of the watch lists that we have built, we've talked about, how to find some swing trade stocks, how to find some day trade stocks. We've shown you how to manage your portfolio just by simply resorting it by RT. Freeing up that cash to reinvest, making sure to check the homepage to know when you should be reinvesting, and also where to find stocks that you could go to get into to meet your investment style. There's one other place you can go that's in the stock advisory app, and that's going to be the screeners as well. And for today, we'll stick with this featured screens here. But once again, here's where you can find some more specific or specific stocks depending on your investment style. Here you can find prudent, conservative, aggressive. If you're comfortable shorting stocks, this is where you can go to find some of those candidates with worst stocks above 20. If you're lower stocks, best stocks below 20. New buy rated stocks, so stocks that are just hitting that buy rating as of today. Then two of my personal favorites that started really from our Facebook training sessions that we do every Thursday, once again at 11, is the ETF pairs bullish and bearish. So if you're somebody who likes using ETFs, which I mean ETFs are a very popular trading tool nowadays, where you can get broad exposure to certain areas of the market rather than just trying to buy an individual stock of a specific segment of the market. These are a great place to go. So right now, we see the market's moving higher. Let's go take a look at the bullish pairs. This is where you're going to find, lots of broad market tools to make money with. As you can see, nuggets. So for the gold miners, it's in here. Semiconductors or stocks long. You have the NASDAQ, TQQQ. A lot of these you'll notice are triple leveraged. And so therefore, you may be comfortable with some of them, you may not. So make sure to always take a look at it first and foremost. Make sure you understand what they're looking at before you go ahead and buy them, obviously. Tommy is saying, of the timing signals, which would be best for a swing trade? So we have a few different timing signals here, depending on, from very aggressive to very conservative. My personal favorite, actually, let's go ahead. We'll jump into VectorVest 7 once again. So in VectorVest 7, we'll be able to see these different timing signals on the screen. As you can see right now, I'm looking at a 1 day, so I'm going to zoom out. Let's go to a 1 year. This is what the market has done over the last year. Right now, it's defaulted to confirm calls. That's our most conservative timing system that we have here at VectorVest. My personal favorite for a swing trader is going to be the DEW. Simply because this is a great in-the-middle timing signal. It's more technical driven. It uses 3 technical indicators to generate signals. So it uses a DPO or a detrended price oscillator. It uses envelopes, and it uses a 30-day weighted moving average. So whenever we have these up signals, actually, I'll go ahead and just change the graph layout right now. So we change the graph layout to the DEW layout. Here you can see the DPO, you can see the envelopes, and you can see the 30-day weighted moving average. And you can see it gives you great entries, gives you warnings for a short-term swing trader. See that down, only lasted for a few days, but rather be safe than sorry. Another good opportunity. Then you got an actual downtrend that you could take advantage of, and then capturing this most recent. So this isn't going to be the slowest, but at the same time, it's not going to be the most aggressive that's going to change very, very quickly. So it's going to give you those nice, few week to few month runs that you can take advantage of. So as a swing trader, this is my personal favorite. Now, everybody's different. You may find something that you're more comfortable with. But my personal suggestion or my personal place to start would be utilizing something like the DEW, which is more technical in nature, if you will. So hopefully that answers your question there. But yeah, if you have VectorVest, you have VectorVest 7, take a look at the different signals, see which one, if it looks like it's trading too much, then move on to the slow it down, look at a different one. If it looks like it's not trading enough or it's not giving you enough signals, it's not as reactive as you like it, then speed it up and look at something that's more, a little bit faster there. We like to give you the ability to have, to be able to, see which one suits you the best. Jumping back into it, our ETF strategy, our ETF pairs, Dave just commented, I like the ETFs as I only pay 1 leg on Questrade, $4.95 and 0 sell. Interesting. Yeah, I know there's a lot of benefits with brokerages to buy and sell ETFs. A lot of them give you either lower commissions or no commissions. So there are those benefits to ETFs as well. And if you're utilizing these lists or utilizing ETFs, this is a great place to go. Now, once again, this is going to have a lot of different broad market areas that you could take advantage of. So you can see the Nasdaq, Dow, silver, gold, financials, biotechs, China. Right now, that's a hot ticket item here. Then we have the S&P. Actually, this should not. Not sure why the S&P short one is showing up here. I'm gonna have to change that here. But the S&P, you have natural gas, oil, gush. Go take a look at the bears. Pulling that up real quick. I think it's about time for a new phone, folks. Older iPhones don't run like the newer ones do. But here you get the inverse of them. So, we saw the bullish oil was one of the worst performing ETFs out of the pairs. Well, on the inverse of that, the bearish on oil is one of the best performing ETFs for the pairs. Then you get natural gas, you get the bearish on China, biotech, financials, golds. So there's the large caps. So the S&P, the Dow, silver, Nasdaq, semiconductors, gold miners. So if you like ETFs, we have a great pairing together where you can go bullish or bearish. If you need to find the inverse of one compared to the other, you can quickly do that here. So there's other great screens you can take a look at. We're always looking to add new screens, always looking to update our watch list to make them more interactive, bring you guys more content, bring you guys more stocks that are, up to date with what's going on in the market. So once again, I put a lot of focus in the mobile app. And that's one of the key areas that I focus on, is always looking for new ideas, new things to add to these. So if you guys have, other stock selections or other lists that you'd like to see, let us know as well. Tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Join us on our Facebook Live sessions with myself, and throw out your ideas. Let me know what kind of list you guys would like to see. Also, if you're new here and you've learned, one new thing at least, or if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, and you want to see more of what VectorVest has to offer, make sure to hit that follow button in the upper right-hand corner. And that way you get notified anytime that we do these Twitch streams. Typically we do them now. Well, actually this week we're starting to do them every single day during the week at 2:00 Eastern. So if you like what you've seen, you want to see more, you want to see different areas that VectorVest covers, make sure to do that as well. Add gapping up stocks. Possibly. Actually, yeah. I think you could. But at the same time, if you're looking for stocks that are gapping up, daily boomers are going to be gapping up for the most part. Especially if you're looking at it early in the morning, when the market opens. Because it's looking for stocks that have jumped at minimum 10% or higher. So if you're looking at it when the market opens, the stocks that are going to populate in daily boomers are the ones that are gapping up at least 10%. So not just those ones that are, opening up, a few cents higher, compared to what they closed at, but stocks that are really moving with some explosiveness to take advantage of. So that's where I would point. If you're looking for gap ups, I would focus, or I'd put a lot of focus on the daily boomers percent price change. Now, there's not going to really be an emphasis on any fundamentals or anything like that. So you may, if you're looking for more of the prudent stocks, you may want to do a little bit more self-filtering. But daily boomers are going to give you those stocks that are really gapping up and exploding as well. But yeah, we can definitely take a look at, putting something else in there specifically for gapping, gap ups or gap downs even at that point. So is there any questions that anybody has? Anything that you guys want to take a look at, or any questions you had on the mobile app itself that you wanted answered here, you wanted to get covered, or you wanted to see? Actually, and with that, I wasn't able to get that link. So let me see. Drippy, are you still in the chat here today? If you are, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get that link for you real quick. All right. Oh, pause that real quick. I'm just gonna bring this over, put it on the full monitor. See, skip that ad. See how I can do this real quick. Off. You can change that volume. Don't know if I can change the volume. I'm not sure how I can change the volume to be able to show the volume from the actual Jockey Club. But here's a trade. Actually, we'll just go back. This is a trade we had the other week in the Jockey Club, all full screen as you guys can see. This is our day trading. So Drippy, if you're around, this is exactly what we'd be talking about here, or how you can make thousands of dollars in a matter of a few minutes. So let's go ahead and just show that. So here's that trade, CEI. We got in around 250, I believe, 255 or so, if I'm not mistaken. You can see stock started running. There we go. Showed our order going through. Live trade. We had tons of people in the room as well making this same trade, making money with us on this one. A lot of people made, I made exactly, I think it was 17% after commissions and after everything settled. But we had a lot of people making even more with that. Stock still ran up even after we took our profit on this one. Ran up to a high, I think, of around $9 throughout the day. So as you can see, great opportunity, lots of potential profit opportunity with this. But we weren't greedy. We made 17% in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes. Took that profit, moved to the sidelines. We're happy with that. So you can see, I'll just fast forward to save everybody a little bit of time here. See, it started pulling back. We didn't panic. We had our line to stand. It was breaking that, so we were waiting to see if we had confirmation that next minute. Started coming back. We said, okay, everything's still sticking around. Of course you did, Providence said it made trillion%. Of course you did. You always have some of the best trades, I swear. Every single time you chime in about trades that you're setting up, always premium trades there. So CEI, you saw it pulling back a little bit, came off of those lows. All right, at this point, our plan is still intact. We're not getting follow through quite yet, so we're sticking around. Well, a few minutes later, or a few seconds later, keep on going. Stocks started coming back more. Started consolidating right around our line of sand. Hey there, Alpha. Welcome. And then here's where CEI got interesting for everybody. This is how we do it in the Jockey Club. Held in there. Waited. We're patient. And all of a sudden, I think it's on that next minute, we started seeing it kicking in. Yeah, there you go. Stock ran all the way up. Got in at 255. Now hitting about 3. Continue to move higher. Hit a high around $9. Alpha, so just showing, we had somebody asking about day trades, how you can make thousands of dollars in a few minutes. So this is just a quick clip of what we did in the Jockey Club where we were trading these lower dollar stocks, showing an example of how you can make, thousands of dollars in a matter of minutes. Anybody want to go check out the full video? I'll just post this here in the chat real quick. There you go. But yeah, today though, we've been talking about utilizing the stock advisory, utilizing our mobile application rather than a desktop. And that's been our main focus for today. So once again, if you guys have questions on the stock advisory, have questions on the mobile app, let me know. If not, that's going to be our main thing for today. That's going to be everything that we wanted to cover. Obviously, there's a lot more that you can do. That's just a quick synopsis of how to manage your portfolio, how to get some different trading ideas utilizing the stock advisory, all that there in a matter of minutes there. I agree. Alpha, we're trading stocks. That's our main focus here at VectorVest is stocks, ETFs, options. We don't really get into any Forex, no futures, no currencies, but options, stocks, and ETFs are our main bread and butter here at VectorVest. So once again, folks, if you're interested, make sure to click below. We have a great offer for everybody here on Twitch. Give it a free try on the mobile application, or if you want to try our desktop application, it's only 99 cents for 30 days. It's only offered here on Twitch. We don't offer that rate anywhere else for people to try. But if you like what you see here, you want to see more of VectorVest, maybe, you're liking what you see with the mobile app, but you want to see what else VectorVest can have to offer, make sure to hit that follow button on our on VectorVest on our Twitch page. So that way you can get alerted or notified every time that we go live. But we're typically going live every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. If you liked everything you saw with the Stock Advisory app, you liked the mobile application, make sure to tune in on Facebook at 11 a.m. as I go live every Thursday and do new training, new coaching, showing different areas of the mobile app, highlighting specific areas. So make sure to tune into those if you like those as well. If you follow the Facebook page, you'll get the notifications through Facebook as well every time we go live with those. Started trading after I worked in some brokerage company. Hey, there you go. Well, that sounds awesome, Alpha. Hopefully you're doing well in your trading. So on that note, I hope everybody has a great rest of your trading day. Take care. Best of luck to everybody in the markets, and we'll see you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. And I'll see some of you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. as we kick it off in the Jockey Club. So take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.